You're listening to the Bloodshed Baddies.
Hi, I'm Lex.
And I'm Sam.
And we are the Bloodshed Baddies.
Hello, baddies, coming with or to your ears. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Ooh, ooh. Happy Monday. It's not Monday when we're recording this, but it's Monday when you're listening.
Monday fun day. So, Lex,
So, Sam.
I guess I just want to complain a little bit. Like, what do you think about yard work?
I don't do it. That's how much I love it. I pay someone to do my yard work.
Have you ever mowed the lawn or weed
I
whacked, or you always
mow.
paid?
No, I mowed my lawn one time and I said, I will never do this again. I hate it so much.
One, tell me your experience.
Uh, when I lived with Gina in the house,
Oh, yeah.
I lived with my cousin Gina in a house. We rented a house. We thought this was going to be a great idea. The guy had a lawnmower in his garage, and I tried mowing it one time, and I was like, fuck this shit. And then Gina's boyfriend started mowing it for us. So that was helpful.
Shout out to Justonian if he's listening.
And then ever since then, I have decided that it is worth it to pay somebody for my sanity.
I honestly started Googling companies today because I don't know if you're familiar with Ryobi.
No.
Sorry, Ryobi lovers. I know there's a bunch out there. It's cool. It's like a battery operated lawnmower, so you don't put gas in it. And you can also have all this other fun stuff, like a weed whacker that's battery operated, a leaf blower, a power washer, cool, cool, cool. However, I don't know if my batteries are going bad or my lawn was just longer than usual, but it took me like 4 rounds of charging just to mow my flippin' lawn today, and I want to scream. I'm not even done yet. So that's where I am right now.
Just leave half, it'll be like a art piece.
Yeah, I can tell the HOA that I'm just messing around with art a little bit.
Yeah. I'm arts.
So what would be your favorite outdoor chore then? Obviously, mowing the lawn is your least.
Outdoor chore? Drinking margaritas on my back porch.
I cannot. I don't mind pulling weeds.
I
Is there,
despise pulling weeds. You should see the weeds in my backyard right now because I just refuse to go pull them.
do you plant flowers? Do you do
No,
any outdoor?
I hate flowers. I hate plants. I just kill them.
So no outdoor activities for you.
Drinking margaritas outside.
Well, that must be nice, Alexis. If you have to mow your lawn, I at least feel your pain.
And I don't.
What household chore do you hate? Give me something. Or
That
that
I
do,
hate. Do I like?
yeah, do you like? I meant.
I mean, I honestly really despise all chores. I'm being quite honest. But the one that I despise the least is probably organizing. I don't mind organizing things.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I like when I vacuum and spray. Well, I honestly hate vacuuming. But I love when I'm done cleaning, I vacuum last and then I spray the nice Febreze around my house and it just smells good and everything's clean and that's what I like. But I hate mowing lawn. So that's my spiel. Sorry if we're just complaining today, baddies. But I had to.
Glad you all got to listen to this riveting conversation about household chores. But I am going to jump into my story now, if you don't mind, unless you need to rant some more.
No, I'm so excited for part two. It's been too long.
It's only been a week for you guys, but it's been two for us. So Sam's dying to know. Okie dokie. We are going to start part two of John Gotti, the fall of John Gotti.
Woo, 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 woo.
If you have not listened to part one, pause right here, go back, listen to part one, and then come back. Just a little recap. In part one, we talked about how John rose from a poor street kid to a made man in the mob. When he broke the cardinal rule of the mob, sell the smack, get the whack, John knew it was time to kill or be killed. John took out Paul Castellano, the boss of the Gambino crime family, and he was now the boss of the Gambino family and decided to come out at a huge Christmas party. He's beloved by the media and riding high, but meanwhile, various organizations are trying to take him down.
Yes. Perfect recap.
So let's get into it. After successfully taking down Castellano, John Gotti moves the headquarters. Remember, they were at the Bergen Club to the Ravenite Club. And the Ravenite was in Little Italy.
Aw.
Meanwhile, our boy, John Gotti, has a pending case over in Queens. Okay, so we are at like the end of 1985, beginning of 1986. And back, we're going to reverse boop, 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 to September of 1984. And our boy John was double parked, and a man named Romuald Pycek honked his horn at John.
Oh boy.
John and his friend get out of the car and start a fight and beat this man up.
For a honk. For just a honk.
John and his friend got arrested. Now they are going to trial in February of 1986.
Okay.
At this point, Romuald has disappeared off the face of the earth. He is gonzies. And the police find him in a hospital. And he tells the police, hey, yo, I've decided not to testify against this case. I good. And the police are like, no, bruh, you're a witness. You can't just not testify. So he has to testify.
Oh gosh.
So Romuald goes and he takes the witness stand. And he is asked, as everybody is when they're a witness, can you identify the people who did this to you? They're sitting right in front of him. And Romuald refuses to point at anybody in the courtroom.
Can you blame him? Can you blame him?
All assault charges are dismissed. The news goes crazy. The media is eating this up. This is the beginning of the tabloid era, remember? John is a celebrity. He is untouchable. This is amazing.
And it's probably making his little ego go even like, yeah, look at me.
Yes. While John walked out of that trial scot-free, he was preparing for another trial just 7 months later.
Oh boy.
The Department of Justice, aka the DOJ, which is I'm going to say from now on because Department of Justice is a mouthful, had also got involved. Remember, every organization wants a piece of John Gotti at this point. We've had the OCTF get involved. We've had the FBI get involved. Now we got the DOJ up in here.
Ooh.
And it was the U.S. government against John Gotti. And they are charging him with murder, illegal gambling, loan sharking, and truck hacking.
Oh boy. Just throwing it all at him.
Oh, yeah. The DOJ is doing this by having a RICO case. A RICO case is a crime that is brought under the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act, or RICO. This is really kind of to fight that organized crime in that time. And in order to charge someone under the RICO Act, the government must prove 5 things without reasonable doubt. 1, that the enterprise existed. 2, that the enterprise affected interstate commerce. 3, that the defendant was associated with or employed by the enterprise. 4, that the defendant engaged in a pattern of racketeering activity. And 5, that the defendant conducted or participated in the conduct of the enterprise through that pattern of racketeering activity through the commission of at least 2 acts of racketeering activity as set forth in the indictment.
Okay. So a lot of legal jargon there.
Yes. So basically they have to prove like, okay, there is this crime family. This crime family is affecting money. This guy is part of that crime family and he is engaging in racketeering. And that racketeering is not on his own. It's because of the crime family.
Okay. Got it.
What is also great about a RICO case is that you can use other cases that have been convicted in the past. such as John's murder case that he had been convicted of.
Oh,
The DOJ believe they have more than enough evidence to convict not only John, but 8 others involved. And the government does not typically lose RICO cases.
good to know. And I forgot that he was in jail for that murder like a long time ago and he got out and
Yes.
yeah, I forgot all about that. Part one baddies.
In September of 1986, the trial starts, and it is a media circus.
Of course.
Bruce Cutler is John's lawyer, and Diane Giacalone, I believe, is the prosecutor. And there was a team of other defense attorneys for the 8 other men convicted.
Oh, Nelly.
The FBI did not want Diane to try this case. Why? Because in the RICO case, Willie Boy Johnson had been indicted. Who was Willie Boy Johnson? Well, he was a rat and an informant for the FBI.
Oh,
So
messiness.
the FBI is pleading, please don't indict him on this case. Please don't indict him on his case. The second John finds out that he's a rat, he's going to be killed.
Yeah.
And Diane does not listen to the FBI.
Diane! It's the FBI!
When she announced Willie as a witness and identified him as an informant,
Oh, gosh.
Gotti is sitting right next to him.
Right next. Shoulder to shoulder.
I don't know about shoulder to shoulder, but
Paint a picture.
I wasn't in the courtroom. This is just what I've heard.
But close enough to where they could touch.
I don't know that either.
All right, I'm painting the picture. They are close enough to touch. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I'm thinking.
Now, Bruce Cutler was a very, very good defense attorney. And he came after Diane in this trial. At one point, he turns up the dramatics. He grabs the indictment and he tears it in half, throws it in the trash, and announces, that's where that belongs.
Okay, Bruce. I like it.
Cutler also immediately goes after the credibility of every single witness that Diane brings forward because, of course, they're all criminals. He's basically like, can't trust him, can't trust him, can't trust him. Here's what this guy did. Here's what this guy did. One of the witnesses even ends up saying that Diane gave him drugs and a pair of her panties in order to testify as a witness.
Do we believe that?
Diane denies it.
Because that is wildin'. If that's true, and if it's not true to think and the panties, I don't know. That's wild to me. Proceed.
Bruce is also great with the press. Bruce, like our boy John, just eating it up with the press. Everyone loves Bruce. Bruce is the greatest. And after a 6-month-long trial,
Oh my gosh.
John Gotti is found not guilty on all accounts.
Bruce, 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 Bruce. Which is rare, you said. They usually don't lose.
They don't lose the RICO cases.
Oh boy, Diane, you lost this one, girly.
John is now even more untouchable.
Oh, he's on a high, man.
He goes out and buys a boat and names it not guilty.
This is why I love these mob cases. That is just the best ever.
If he wasn't a celebrity before, he is a true blue celebrity now.
Oh, heck yeah.
He gets the nickname the Dapper Don because of all his $2,000 suits that he's wearing around the city and all his magazine covers and tabloid covers.
I love it.
Celebrities are coming and partying with him and the rest of the Gambino family, including Brooke Shields and David Bowie, just to name a few.
Okay. Okay. I love this for Brooke and David.
Less than 2 years later, in August of 1988, Willie Boy Johnson was killed in his home in New Jersey.
No, the one that Diane said was a rat.
He was shot several times in the head outside of his home. One of the rules of the mob is not to kill a guy in front of his house because of his wife and kids.
Oh,
But remember, John Gotti does not follow those typical rules of the mob.
no, he
And
don't.
if the mob really hates a guy, they'll get him outside of his house to prove a point.
So John was like, "You were at. I'm doing this to prove a point." Essentially,
Yes.
poor Willie.
It's 1989, and the FBI needed to get a bug inside the Ravenite. Remember, they had the bugs in the Bergen Club, but not in the Ravenite when they moved to the Ravenite.
It's also the birth year of our girl T Swizzle.
It is the birth year of our girl T Swizzle. Getting a bug into the Ravenite is going to be much harder than getting bugs into the Bergen Club. In fact, to intimidate everybody, John has his guys walk down the street, knocking on any suspicious vans and saying, "I know you're in there."
That's actually so funny. What if you're like a high schooler, like on a date, and you're like kissing your little boyfriend, and the mobster just starts knocking on your window? I know you're there.
The FBI decided to go get a condo 2.5 blocks away.
Okay.
So they rent this condo 2.5 blocks away, and they bring all their like highest tech equipment and install surveillance devices from 2.5 blocks away.
Okay.
So every Wednesday night, John has the captains and their soldiers come down to the club. But these guys are showing up in broad daylight. So the FBI is just sitting there with their little telescopes and surveillance cameras, and they are able to build out who is all in the family, who is important.
I would love that part of the job, personally.
Yes. John, also feeling completely untouchable, would just like walk around the block talking to people.
Oh, he's a celebrity. He has to.
Yeah. So he's like with his high ups, like his second and thirds, walking down the block, chit chatting about stuff.
And also being like, I'm not scared of you. Anybody come at me, just like throwing it all out there, man.
So the FBI kind of build this like who's who, right? Like this is the underboss, this is the captains, this is the soldiers, this is this guy, yada, yada, yada. And they decide, okay, it's time to get those bugs into the Ravenite. So basically, they fuck up the phones. And so now the Gambino family has to call a telephone repairman. The FBI come in as that repairman and plant the bugs. And while the guy's in there fixing the phone, planting the bugs, he also gets a copy of the key.
Wow. Smart FBI.
So the FBI goes and listens to the bugs, but they can't hear anything. So they multiple times sneak in, move around the bugs, try to get better audio, but literally nothing is working. There are too many people and noises in such a small space. The bugs just aren't picking up anything.
That stinks. That was like a smart way to do it. And it like doesn't work. So that stinks.
Meanwhile, the OCTF is still listening to their old bugs.
That was in the other club.
The Bergen Club. Yep. They are combing through everything, remember, that might sound inaudible, listening to things over and over again, trying to comb back and find what did we miss. This guy named Greg from the OCTF finds something from 1986.
Okay. And now it's 1989. So 4 years ago.
Yeah, 3, but
I'm so bad at math. Yeah.
you know. Okay, so this part gets kind of confusing. I'm going to try to use first and last names because it's 2 Johns.
John and John.
John Gotti on the bug is talking with his crew about a man named John O'Connor.
Gotti and O'Connor.
So O'Connor was the president of the Carpenters Union.
Okay.
There was this man named Philip Modica, who was a mob affiliated with the Gambino family. And he renovated a restaurant and did not use the Carpenters Union for the construction.
Okay.
This pissed O'Connor off. Remember, he's the president of the Carpenters Union.
Yeah.
And he goes and trashes the place, causing about $30,000 worth of damage.
$30,000 worth of damage. That's more than trashing the place. That's like, I.
Yeah, which is basically $87,000 in today's money.
Yeah, he was mad.
On the tapes, Greg hears Gotti order that O'Connor is to be busted up.
Because O'Connor busted up this other guy's place, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So on May 7th, 1986, O'Connor was shot 4 times in the booty butt, hip, and the legs, but he did recover.
Why the booty butt, I wonder?
I don't know if that was on purpose, but that's where a bullet hit him.
I'm glad he recovered, obviously.
So now the OCTF has this tape of him saying, go bust up O'Connor. And O'Connor gets busted up.
True. So they have proof now that he's doing shady stuff.
So we're back in 1989, and John Gotti is arrested and charged with conspiracy to commit a murder.
Oh boy, Johnny boy.
The trial was held in January of 1990. It is not a federal court case, so you cannot have cameras in the courtroom. And this case is different than any of the other cases because they have the bug and the tapes from the bug.
Okay.
They play the tapes in the courtroom and people all have to put on headphones to listen. Gotti refused to put on the headphones. Just would not listen.
Like, why?
He was just like, good.
I mean, I guess he was in the conversation. He's like, I already know what was said.
While this trial is going on, remember, it's the OCTF that charged him with conspiracy to commit a murder. The FBI has a bug in the apartment above the Ravenite.
Oh.
And John is talking about the trial. They get all of this on tape. And he actually appoints Sammy to run the family if he has to go to jail.
I'll do it, John Gotti.
So the OCTF know that the FBI has these bugs in place. The OCTF also knows that there are rumors that the reason that John Gotti keeps getting off is because he's tampering with the jury.
Yeah, I can believe that 1,000%.
So the OCTF reach out to the FBI and basically say, if you hear anything about jury tampering on these tapes, please let us know.
Working together.
The FBI is sitting there and they're listening to the tapes. And they kind of sort of hear something in which they start talking about how to get the name of the jurors on the jury.
Oh, mess up move.
But they say, oh, no, it's not definitive. They didn't say they're for sure going to get it. So they keep that information to themselves.
The FBI?
Yes, because remember, every organization wants to be responsible for taking down Gotti. They don't want to share the information.
No, that always messes things up in these criminal cases is when these organizations don't want to work together. Like, just be friends.
What this means is that John Gotti was found not guilty on all accounts.
Because he was tampering with the jury. What the poo, FBI? Come on.
He ran from the courthouse pumping his fist in the air.
Jersey Shore action.
People are cheering. He has a victory party at the Ravenite. There are literal fireworks. They literally set off fireworks at his victory party.
He goes all out.
People give him a new nickname, Teflon Don, because nothing could stick to him.
Oh, creative. I like it.
People are asking for autographs on the street and he is giving them.
I would have.
Yes.
I'd frame it.
So Here we are again, the untouchable John Gotti, living his best life.
Walking down the street, snapping at people.
Yeah.
I'm untouchable.
Untouchable. At the same time all of this is going on, the FBI is still working on their case. So remember, we talked about before, they were having trouble hearing the bugs in the Ravenite.
Yes.
So how did they hear about the possible jury tampering that was happening?
Yes.
Let's go back. So all of this is happening at the same time. So it's very hard. That's why I feel like I'm a little bit more confused on this part, everyone. But trying to make it clear. These are all happening at the same time. So there's an FBI informant that tells the FBI, I saw John Gotti go out a back door of the Ravenite with some big guys, and they were gone for an hour and a half.
Okay.
So the FBI is like, what's back there? Like, where are they going? And they look at stuff and realize the back door leads to an apartment upstairs.
Ooh.
So the FBI needs to get in this apartment to place a bug. But how? My friends, there is a little 90-year-old lady that lives in this apartment.
Aww.
Basically, they just keep calling her to see if she answers. And they're like, if she doesn't answer, maybe she's not home. They're calling her out like midnight, 3 a.m. She's like, what?
This poor lady.
Yes. And finally, she doesn't answer one time. And they're like, no one's there. Get in, bug the heck out of the apartment. And they get absolutely nothing.
Dun, dun, dun.
And remember from the last episode, they can only listen to the bug for 30 days. And if they don't hear anything, they have to turn the bug off.
Yes.
So the FBI decide to tickle the wire, which basically means they do something to get people talking. So the FBI runs an America's Most Wanted episode about Castellano's murder. And it works.
Smart. Honestly, smart. It's how you get people talking, man.
John goes up to the apartment with his peoples upstairs and is like, did you see the TV last night? And everyone just starts talking about how much they hated Castellano and why he got killed.
Okay, first off, brutal. The man is dead. Second off, is little old lady home when these mobsters are talking in her home?
Unclear.
Is little old lady affiliated with the mob?
I believe so.
Okay, little old lady. I love her. Keep going.
With the OCTF's case failing, the FBI thinks they can now charge him with a RICO case.
Okay, so they're not giving the OTC. That's what it's called?
OCTF.
They're not giving the OCTF the thing about jury tampering because they want to do a RICO case.
Yes.
Shame, shame.
So they have proof from the bug that there is a criminal enterprise and that John Gotti is a part of it.
Yes.
John Gotti also started talking about labor racketeering on the tapes and his involvement in a 1986 case in which a porn dealer, Robert DiBernardo, went missing.
Oh.
DiBernardo was a subordinate of John Gotti's who was killed for being subversive.
What does subversive mean?
So subversive is when you are trying to take down a system or an institution. So he was kind of going behind Gotti's back and talking about like putting hits out when he was not authorized to do so.
Okay. Wow.
So now the FBI has like the 5 pieces. They can prove that he was involved in racketeering, that he was involved in other murders, that it was all connected to this organized crime family, and that he is part of this organized crime family. They got all the pieces.
Yes.
So they make an arrest, and once again, Gotti and some of his crew get arrested.
They're like, we've been here, done that, buddy.
The FBI now realize, oh no, we need the help of the OCTF.
Get out of here.
And the OCTF finally provided it. And after all these years, they finally work together.
Yeah, thanks to the OTCF, not the flipping FBI. Sorry, FBI people, but shame on you.
All that matters is we all work together.
In the end, yes, but it could have been solved a lot earlier if we did it
Yes.
earlier.
Yes. But then the story wouldn't be as awesome.
And we wouldn't be talking about it on the pod.
The trial started. People lining up at 2 a.m. to get into the courtroom.
I'd be camping out.
Yeah, people were. John was charged with loan sharking, gambling, murder, conspiracy of murder, and labor racketeering.
Okay.
For every single charge brought against him between the OCTF and the FBI, they have a tape that goes with it.
Oh.
In the courtroom, they play tapes of him talking about how much he hates Sammy. Remember, Sammy was supposed to take over if he went to jail.
Oh, yeah.
Sammy hears this, calls the FBI, and is like, I want to cooperate.
Sammy's mad. His feelings were hurt.
So Sammy tells everybody about how he paid off the juror in the first case.
Sammy's going deep. Also, is John Gotti wearing headphones in this courtroom?
I'm not sure. Great question. Sammy testifies in court to 7 different murders he took part in under direction of Gotti.
Okay, Sammy.
He tells the jury every detail of the Castellano case.
Star witness.
After a day and a half of deliberation, which was so much faster than everybody thought with how much information there was.
Yeah.
John Gotti was convicted guilty of all charges and sentenced to life in prison.
Life in prison. Guilty on every single charge. I'm sure he was completely shocked.
There were literal riots in the streets.
Oh my gosh.
Now, of course, Sammy had to go to jail too, but he was released after 5 years.
Sammy got it easy.
John Gotti died in prison in 2002 of cancer.
John Gotti.
His son, John Gotti Jr., followed in his footsteps and became a made man in the Gambino family.
Get out of town.
He did end up getting arrested and spending some time in prison. He wrote a book called Shadow of My Father and sold the rights to a film made about his life called Gotti, which stars John Travolta.
I need to read this book. I did not know this.
His daughter, Victoria Gotti, is an author, and she actually had a reality show about her and her children called Growing Up Gotti, which I really wanted to get more into for this episode, but this was too much. I couldn't dive into that as well.
Oh my God, what did it play on?
You can watch it on Amazon Prime right now. It was on A&E. And I'm going to read you the Wikipedia real fast.
Yes.
Growing Up Gotti is an American reality television series that aired on A&E. It featured the life of Victoria Gotti, daughter of mafia boss John Gotti, and her 3 sons, Frank Gotti Agnello, John Gotti Agnello Jr., and Carmine Gotti Agnello. The production of the pilot episode was announced in January 2004, with the show being picked up several months later. Canceled after 3 seasons.
No.
So maybe my next watch.
Yeah, I'm binging that.
But that, my friends, is the fall of John Gotti.
What a insane fall, almost like a quick fall, right? It was all one trial, but also the longest lead up to this fall, right?
Yes.
So wild. I can't believe this all happened literally in the late 80s and 90s. That seems so
recent.
Yes.
Yeah.
This was a good one.
I watched the documentary Get Gotti on Netflix, and it's all about how they got him. It's a 3-part series. I highly recommend. I was enthralled with it. It was so good.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that too after this because again, just so interesting. It's so interesting. And I wonder, was his time in jail, I'm assuming, a lot different from when he was being able to leave jail and hang out and go see family and stuff. You know what I mean?
So.
I
think there was much less. hanging out with mobsters while he was in jail.
Yeah, like this had to have been such a shock for him his like last years of life. And then getting cancer and dying, shortly after is so wild.
Yeah, he was only 61 when he died.
61. Do you know who took over when he went to jail?
Let's Google it. His brother Peter Gotti. It says it's believed he took it over. Peter Gotti took over afterwards. He passed away and died in prison. But then Domenico Cefalu took over, and then it was taken over by Frank Cali, and he died in 2019.
Oh my goodness.
The current head of the Gambino crime family may be Lorenzo Menino.
This is wild.
The Gambino crime family was founded in the early 1900s.
And still around.
The first guy, Salvatore De Quela, was murdered in 1928.
Oh my gosh. I'm literally like so impressed by everything, Mob. I just am.
Gotti apparently used to earn between $5 to $20 million a year.
5 to 20 million a year in the 80s.
Which would be $20 million today is $58 billion.
This man had money.
$58 billion a year. Anyways, thank you so much for listening. Please make sure you follow us wherever you are listening to this podcast and downloading those episodes. That really helps us out. Give us a nice review. It helps people find us. And then also give us a follow, interact with us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and the YouTube, all at Bloodshed Betties.
You can also send us an email with a case suggestion, just like this one. Such a great one. It was a two-parter, beautifully done by Lex. You can do that to the Instagram or bloodshedbaddies@gmail.com, our email. Don't forget our intro music is made by the fabulous cousin Vinny. Look him up on all music platforms. Tell a friend, especially about these episodes. These ones are cool, different, unique. I love them. And tune in next week for a me episode.
Bye-bye.
Love you, baddies.